this thing on? Are we going? Okay. I hope it's going. Welcome to my channel. We're just gonna chat here for a second. I have wanted to do YouTube for so long. I was always like, one, scared of the camera. I feel like that's everybody's thing. Like, they don't want to record themselves. Every time I would record myself, I would just cringe. So I really hope this YouTube channel comes off as very authentic, genuine, and my true self. Hold on. I don't want to say. Bruh. So let's just go ahead and get into it. My name is Cassidy, and this is my book account. I absolutely love to read. I read anything from thriller, horror, dark romance, true crime. I have tons of true crime. I'm not like into love romance books that much. I did read It Ends With Us. I did enjoy that one, but not really into lovey-dovey kind of stuff, like dark romance love, but I truly will read anything. I've read The Groomer, which is very controversial and a lot of people couldn't finish. It is a very hard read. If you're into all that, welcome. You came to the right spot. I figured I'd start this book. Oh my god. I also have ADHD. If that wasn't obvious. I think I read 36 books last year. I had a really busy year last year. I graduated, I got married, I was super busy, so 36 books is okay. But this year, we're gonna aim for 50. I figured I'd start this YouTube video off with showing you some of my favorite physical copies that I own. So let's get into it. Also, I love coffee so much. I only allow myself 1, maybe 2 cups a day, or else I will literally be zooming off the walls. I am a huge tea drinker. Tea. Teas are everything. I use teas for when I'm sick, when I need energy, when I'm tired. I'll give you guys all the teas. Gonna give you all the teas. Anyway, starting off strong, I recommended this book to my mother-in-law and she absolutely loved it. It was one of those reads that caught me completely by surprise. I saw this book in my Facebook group. I'm in, Psychological Thriller Facebook group. I saw this book in there, recommended by somebody. It really intrigued me. And so I bought the book on Amazon used, called These Silent Woods by Kimmy Cunningham Grant. I was not expecting to love this book as much as I actually did. It's a daddy-daughter book about dad named Cooper who has a younger daughter named Finch. They live in complete isolation in the northern Appalachian Mountains. The dad has a lot to hide. Hence the reason for the isolation. Nobody can know where they are, who they are. The daughter was raised in the cabin by her dad, and as she gets older, the more she questions why. Where's the mom? Why are they in isolation? Why can't they go anywhere? They can't talk to anyone. The only people that know they exist are this mysterious hermit that lives local and Cooper's old best friend Jake, who every winter brings them supplies for 1 year. So he brings them food, brings them supplies every year on the same day, so they don't starve and die, essentially. When his friend Jake doesn't show up with the supplies, they're like, we're not gonna be able to survive out here. So they need to figure out what the heck they need to do. I don't want to say it's a thriller because it's not. I mean, it is a thriller. It's eerie, it's creepy, and let me tell you, I bawled my eyes out at the end of this book. Cooper, the dad, needs to decide whether they need to keep hiding or if it's time to it's just time to reveal everything. It's a fast read. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous written book. I could not recommend this book more. All right. Number 2. This one might be controversial to some people, but I couldn't decide which one was my favorite. But I really think this one was, just because I wasn't expecting it at all. I know. This one in A Court of Wings and Ruin, and Silver Flames. These 3 are just absolutely amazing. I think takes the cake just because after the first book, this book is the reason for the change in the entire series. It was like A Court and Mist and Fury walked so Wings and Ruin could run. Do you know what I mean? My next one, number 3, is just, oh my god, it's a chef's kiss. I don't think I've ever cried this much while reading a book. Ever. The Book of Drawers by Gareth Brown. I love this book because if you look at the pages, they're like they like make it look super, super old. It's just an absolutely beautiful, beautifully written. It's fun. It's just I don't even know how to explain this book, but it's about this girl named Cassie who was raised by her grandfather. He was the reason for everything. Everything she does, everything she loves. When she lost him, it was really detrimental. So her and her best friend find this magical book. The Book of Doors is what the book is called. And the book can do mysterious things. When you have this book, the magic book, you can walk through any door and be somewhere else. You can go back in the past. And so there's this big adventure in the powers of this book and villains who want the book to commit crimes. And it's just an absolutely stunning fever dream. I will say, have lost a grandfather, you will cry your living eyes out. Okay, I will say that. Last but not least, this book is so intriguing. I'm probably going to have you adding it to your TBR as soon as I say it. The Mind series. So this book is rather thick, but there's 5 books in here, all 5 books. So the Mind series is about 2 people. One is an FBI agent and one is a serial killer, and they just so happen to fall in love. The FBI agent is looking for said serial killer, but has no idea that he's actually in love with them. Do I have to say any more? But I absolutely loved reading this book. It's a super easy read. This is my little mushroom bookmark. But it's a super easy read. When you open the book, the font is super large. I feel like the book is actually thicker than it looks just because the words are bigger. So it's really not that big of a read, but it's so fun. You fly right through it. It's got adventure. It's very descriptive in the horror aspect. So keep that in mind. Trigger warning, there are sexual abuse, physical abuse. Like I said, it's a serial killer book. So take that with what you will. I wish I could go back and read this book for the first time, and I recommend this to everyone. Those are my top 4 physical copies that I have. I also have an entire shelf, like 27 books that I have not read. What? For example, I did just purchase The Crush by Frida McFadden. I scored this at my local library 2 days ago, and they only had 5 copies. So, you know, I picked this up real quick. I also picked up Verity, which I have not read yet. I know. Crazy. And I also have I need y'all's opinions. I don't know what to do. Do I read Throne of Glass first, or do I read Assassin's Blade? I need honest opinions, please. I need honest opinions here because the controversy between Throne of Glass or Assassin's Blade first is too much for me. The problem I have with it is that Sarah J. Maas, this is the order she wrote it in. So isn't that the way that it should be read? But like I understand that Assassin's Blade is like the background, blah 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 blah. So I don't know what to do. I have so many more books to share with you guys and to read together and do reviews on. But I wanted to start my very first YouTube video off with, you know, a little bit about me, the things I read. And right now, actually, currently, I am reading Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I've never read Harry Potter, but I finally am. And I'm about halfway through book 2. I just actually watched the movie of the first book. Loved it. Books are always better. I forgot. I'm wearing a microphone. And I'm also reading The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. These are the 2 books I'm currently reading. I will do reviews on both on my blog. You can find my blog at lifecanbeshady.com. It's also in my YouTube bio. I post book reviews, book recommendations. So yeah, check out my blog if you love books, like to talk about books, like to read about books. I don't really know what else to do here. Oh, I guess we could do like a couple questions about me. I am 27. I got married last May. I lied. I'll be 27 in a month. Yeah. What was I saying?
Oh my god.
I'm from Michigan. I've lived in Michigan my whole life. I love living in Michigan. Oh, I have a dog. His name is Yogi. I'll put a picture of him. And I also have a black cat named Luna, and I'll put a picture of her here as well. I really hope this goes well. Let me know what else you guys want to see. Are there any books you've been like thinking about reading and want to know if you should read it? Let me know. I'll read it for you and tell you if you should or not. I love that. I'll read anything. You guys, if you're thinking about a book and you're not sure if you want to read it, in the comments, and I'll read it and I'll tell you if it's worth it or not. Bruh. Well, I guess I'll see you on the next one.